What's up, world? Let me work on my intro a little bit. It's your boy Ray E. Remember, everyone has a story. Whether they're walking in on your life or you're walking in on their life, what's that next page? It's that next chapter. How's it going to change the story? What are you going to add to it? What are you going to take from it? Also, nothing is absolute. Today things could be good, tomorrow they could be bad, but also today things could be bad, and maybe in a year or so after some hard work, they could be better. Today I need to address the Fargos of the world and the petty pride of trolls and Trollops. The things people are getting off on these days are so trivial, so cowardly. Everybody wants an issue with you without letting you know, and they've convinced themselves that they don't have an issue with you. Just so when you address it with them, they're shocked. That's so fucking weak. So weak. I'm sitting there watching Fargo with my ex. And as soon as, how it starts out, Fargo, he's a regular unsuspecting dude. You never take him to be a killer or a villain, and maybe he wasn't that. But his wife pushed him, to a point that he didn't even know he could go to. And that's not acceptable for anybody else, but on TV, that's okay. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, I'm sitting there, we're watching it, and I'm observing his character, his demeanor, and translating or trying to relate that to what happens in real life, because usually it's that type of person who can get over or slide under the radar for so long. And that's not similar to gaslighting, where people create these bonds or whatever where they can get over on you for years, and any question you bring to it will make it seem like you're crazy or you're tripping. So I'm sitting there and I'm having a conversation with her, but I'm telling her, like, this is the type of person my ex to her is. And she's sitting there with this big old shit-eating grin. What? Tell me. Or you know how people play innocent, but really, they be the killer in real life. She's like, oh, I just don't see people like that. Or I don't want to view people like that. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. There you go, benefit of the doubt. Knowing damn well that was her at the same time. So that's what people try to do. They try to deflect and try to deter you from thinking that, so you don't shine those lights on them. But you know it's only a matter of time. And then they'll try to act like they was mining for that attention or doing it intentionally. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. No, you do know what you're doing, excuse me. But you don't know what you're doing. Is that the game? Is that the game? To deceive people? Because it's too easy to be real, right? It's too boring to be real, right? To be honest. So let's play these games. Let's play makeup. Let's play fake breakup. Let's do tests to see how they really feel. How much I can really get over on them. See, I like telling people the truth and watch them squirm right there on the spot. Their eyes get to moving from left to right. You can see they trying to come up with some type of way to make you look bad. They want to keep that narrative going, but you just switched it all up. What about thanking somebody? Or showing someone appreciation who really wants you to be mad. The same reaction. And it throws a circuit haywire. Somebody who do something, or you like half-ass do it, or did it to be like demeaning to you. Deceiving, demeaning, isn't that like the detriment of the D? Because you're not serving. You're not serving when you say, I deserve this. Anyways, that's another video for another time. I think that's the funniest thing, and I think that's what they mean by kill them with kindness. When somebody really wants to hurt you, or they've planted a seed that hasn't grown yet, hasn't sprouted yet, and you're still there just saying thank you and being appreciative, and they're just wondering when you're going to get the hint, so they amp it up. They amp it up and amp it up until you start to notice that something is going on, and then they'll scale back, as above, so below. You go high, they go low. And when you go low, they go high. That's just how it is. Fargos and the petty pride. Trolls and Trollops. So annoying. So annoying. Or, women want to hurt you with other men. They want to hurt you with something that's been stuck inside them, not you. And the way all these men act about what women do with their bodies is just more fuel to the fire. Man, I ain't gonna say nobody because that's what, a blanket statement. Clearly people care. And it could be said that I cared about that or those things in general when it's been documented throughout, my previous relationships that I don't care. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to deal with who you want to deal with, and that is not taken lightly. I've been asked when I'm going to be selfish with somebody, with them. I've been asked, I've tried to come to agreements on 2 separate occasions. Financial and as far as being cordial, whatever the case, staying out of each other's way, whatever it was, and it ended up with the police being involved. Petty pride. It's like a famous or infamous type thing. I said that they might start out, they might start out with good intentions, but the way it ends, that's highly unlikely. And I heard it on a Trey Songz mixtape one day. Like, a good person wouldn't be here right now. Women need to convince you or convert you into good or whatever so they can make themselves feel good or look good. They're also going from bad to good, and if they can't do that, then they're just going to revert to what they already were doing or what they already wanted to do, and they're just going to blame you for it. You're going to be a convenient reason for that when it's already been there. It's already been there the whole time. You're not the reason that they're dealing with other men. Those men been there the whole time. The whole time. But they sure will blame you in a heartbeat. Petty pride of trolls and trollops. They'll get their attention from anybody, but they still want it from you. This one really goes deep as well, and it's very annoying. What people try to pride themselves off of due to their projections and their past and what they've been through. Like the sexual aggression I spoke of that leads to aggression. The sexual aggression that's transferred during sex. Those faces of aggression. And when things don't work out, or when there's a slight sense of insecurity or weakness, and then you see that aggression come out. Ain't that crazy? When the whole time a person can be honest, upfront, or not even deal with you the way they tell you not to deal with them if you don't like it. So do that, fellas. If you don't like it, just go. Just walk away. If you don't trust it, don't go. Just walk away. If they have explanations, but their actions are still the same, their demeanors and talks are still the same, walk away. Period. Because people will do the frog in the pot thing on you, you know? And there's nothing like that's going to be dumped on you like a well thought out plan. And that's going to be executed at the right time. Those hit the hardest. Guard yourself, protect yourself. Keep your head in the rearview mirrors, side mirrors. Watch out for your blind spots. And that's easier said, on the road than in real life. Just what it is. And I'm just gathering my thoughts as well, just reflecting on some things. And this is another issue of, instance of people stealing from you. Energy, information. Energy is power, attention. Attention is energy. Energy is power. You can't keep the lights on without power. So they drain. Ask questions they already know the answer to, like what? Like Joe Budden said, that man was inserted inside of you, not me. How could you pay me back? Clown. So that's how you blue pill men have affected the game. You know, getting mad at women for doing what they want with their bodies, not knowing that, or totally underestimating the greed or the attention or the thirst of another man. While you thinking you should have it on lock, water will loosen up that lock. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on that we don't see, but people don't think we don't see. But we feel it. We see it in the air. We feel it in the air. And whatever energy or whatever motive you had before, it's not as evident or prevalent right now. So something's changed, something's different, something happened. And that's just like energy reading 101. Everybody has their own issues. Everybody has the things that they're going through, but well, it's nothing, right? You don't deal with nobody. You haven't done anything. And people are funny. People are so funny. And that's just why it's important to be on your own, man. Operate on your own. Know yourself. Know what you need, know what you want, and know what you need from other people. If this person can't bring it, then why do you have them in your business? He's in there selling secrets, telling secrets, stealing secrets. Gathering information. I learned a long, long time ago from Miss Piggy that my dealings with her was my introduction to the red pill. Yep. That was pretty much my first red pill. And then I became, purple or whatever, just thinking that I could still be in relationships. And it wasn't a full-time thinking on that. It was, a real convincing act to get me there. It was 4 years I was single. And then I moved to a new city, new state, new job. I had reached my dreams, culminated on my goals, and became caught up, and then it was a situation where she hinted at being pregnant when we weren't even aware that we were going to get pregnant. That's another thing that you guys have to, that young men have to be aware of, is being like a target, man, in a new city. You don't think that's possible, but it is. When women are petty, they're miserable. You have to analyze their situation, their current situation. And that may be hard, very hard to do. You may have to go certain places with them that you don't want to before you learn certain things about them. And that's the issue. You won't know certain things until you go certain places, and getting out of those places may be harder than it is, or than it will ever be to get in. So yeah, man. Petty pride. Think about who you were before you met this woman, and who you are now complaining about what she's done to you. Who has the power? Now, there's a difference between describing her nature and, constantly ragging or saying that there are no good women here or no good women there, or all women are this or all women are that. Some women really are the bottom of the bottom, and you knew that. And you try to deal with her anyways, or keep her in that small place. Or maybe you try to give her an out. Maybe you try to give her some confidence. And she wanted that confidence for herself, like she couldn't already have it. She already had it. It was just hidden from you because she's humble with you and arrogant with everybody else. Do you see that? Do you see how she handles her problems, her issues, her personal problems? That's going to come back on you 10 times as hard. And this is just the way it ends. I really don't know how to, because whenever you think it's going good, it always just feels like it won't last that long. As sad as that sounds, it's like, for me, it always just seems like something is coming around the corner. And every time I'm happy, it is something coming. Something was coming. That's why I say trust your intuition, because your intuition doesn't lie. Even if you're paranoid, it'll keep you safe. People want to cut you off for trying to be safe, then they were a part of the problem. They want you sleep though, right? They want you sleep. They want to rock you to sleep. They want to rock you back to sleep. Ain't that some shit? You the baby. Petty pride, man. I take pride in, addressing issues, expressing real emotions, and then getting over it. But like I said, holding in that anger creates those pyrotechnic tendencies, or, and that feeling becomes a good feeling to hold that in And there's also, instances where people make up and then they keep going on and doing the same thing, so nothing really changes and you feel even more drained. So why even talk about it, right? Why address it? Or some people feel like they've, they gain power from addressing issues, handling issues, and then they feel like they get that power back. So it could be said there that there's a struggle. Even when we stand up toe to toe. This is real life. It may not be real for everybody, man. This is another side of my life that I don't really get the chance to expand on in everyday conversations because, they're so fleeting or they're so shallow and surface writing. These reflections, man. Reflections. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure it all out. Even if I have to spend years in solitude. We'll see how it goes. I love life. I love smiling. I love being happy. I've literally had people walk up to me and ask me while I'm smiling so much, why am I so happy? You have interactions, very, very minute interactions with people where you're passing them in the street or passing them at work and they stare at you at times. It's like they stare at you like they want you to speak or like they want to speak, and then as soon as you speak they just look at you like you disgust them, or they keep looking straight, or they start to look down. And then, shout out to the people that do speak back or speak first. We don't give them enough credit, but I don't know, man. Those issues could be like so deep, but who is it? Is it on us to figure that out, or is it on them to figure that out? That's what we talk about when we're talking about the road less traveled, because we can't figure out what other people want from us. We can't figure out what other people want for themselves. They can't even tell you when they have an issue with you because they want to keep going and expressing this resentment in your face, just to keep that feeling going. And then the minute you address it, it's an issue. But the minute you give in and go petty with them and be petty back and forth with them, now you become that. And that's not what you want, because now you have no reason to call them out. As soon as somebody addresses the issue and they say, well, what did you do? Well, they were doing this and you did it too. So now what? Now it's squashed and the issue is watered down. Many times, like, that's what I'm saying, man. We're not growing. We're adult children when it comes to our issues. You ever be around somebody and they just start huffing and puffing and sighing all loud and doing all this stuff similar to what babies do? They don't talk. They cry to alert others that there's an issue with them. As soon as you ask those people what's wrong or whatever, they be like, oh, nothing. So many people have tried to throw a monkey wrench in my path, and I'm sure many have enjoyed seeing me hurt or seeing me knocked off my path, but they don't know that I'm good wherever I'm at, no matter what. No matter what. Every rock they throw, I use as a stepping stone. Period. And that's how you have to respond. You know, there are people, the power structure in this country, just, they have to sit back and laugh at everything they see people cry about, because of course they created these conditions for you. They created the conditions that make you want to ask for a little bit more and more and more. This is why you have to know yourself and become a self-sustaining business, self-operating, self-managing business. Oh boy, so lucky, man. It's all about ownership. Own her shit. Own yourself, though. And if she's attached to you, then you have to control that as well. And if she don't want you controlling that, then she's not yours. The road less traveled. Staying away from the petty pride of trolls and trollops who want to get over on you without your knowledge. Right in your face, though. Right in your face. Right in your texts. You know, right in your DMs. And once you recognize it, man, it's one thing to address it, but to indulge and keep going back and forth and expecting these things to change, they won't. They won't. And then you have to gauge who these people are and where they stand in your life, and where you headed, what you need to do. Everybody won't understand what you need to do to get where you need to go. Everybody won't understand your circumstances, and they won't understand you not having the resources. You know, they won't understand what it takes to accomplish your goals. So they laugh. They point the finger. Aha, finally, I don't look as bad. You don't think that's happening? Absolutely. I'm not looking over to get over it anyway. I never thought I'd be this way. See this day. Niggas hate, bitches fake, crazy. It's gonna be a lonely world. It's gonna be a lonely walk. I'm not worried about that. As long as I can help somebody else when I get where I'm going. You know, it's not about It's not about what other people are doing. It's not about what other people aren't doing. You need to understand that you can't look at people's life or take their advice, you know, verbatim. It's only one you, but you're not 100% you. Everything that you are is, you know, a byproduct of what you've seen, what you've been through, your subconscious, you know, things you've tucked under your subconscious, things you tried to tuck away, things you tried to neglect, things you tried to hide. Each stage of your life has been a result of that. You know, even as a child, things that you forgot or don't even know that you went through, they're there. We just haven't done the work. We haven't done an extensive amount of work into us and into our past, our triggers. I'm just putting it out there for y'all. This is what I'm doing. You know, I love looking into me. I can't look into anybody else. They won't let me see as deeply as I can see into myself. They don't even want you looking into yourself. They say everything you telling yourself is crazy. Don't worry about that. Don't think about that. Don't look at that. Everything's great. You're great. Trying to pull the wool over your eyes, man. When you know the real issues that are affecting you every day, even though you can hide it, even though you can cover it up for the day until you get home. So many people, man, so many people going through stuff and not addressing it and taking it out on others. That's the most cowardly thing to me, is when you have an issue with your parents or you have an issue with an ex or you have an issue with unresolved issue with these people, and I'm not sure if you addressed it or analyzed it enough, observed it enough, but then you take it out on other people. People who are really trying to be there for you, but you're projecting from unresolved issues your anger onto them. That's weak. Super weak. Like initiating contact, initiating bad energy, and trying to blame the other person, or now you have a legit reason to take that out on them. Come on, man, get the fuck out my damn blind spot.
Sat in the cell 10,000 miles away from my child, from my nigga.
You know, I sat in the cell for mine too.
I realized I had to start living.
But you know who mine was?
That
was me. Me, my alter ego.
I remember not having nothing to read in the cell for a whole month.
You know? Nobody to blame but yourself. That other person that you hiding under the facade of trying to be a good and righteous person.
It almost broke me down, you know. Erica flew all the way over there.
Yeah, as much as I want to see that other side of people, other people want to see that other side of you as well. All the time. When you're good, they want to see you bad. When you're bad, they want to see you good. Go through what you gotta go through. They want to see you going. They're going to enjoy when you're going, and then as soon as you come back, I'm going to try to get you going again and make you believe you did it to yourself. As much as you go through, you know, people will still be worried about your relationship status. That's why you need to be careful about who you're talking to and expressing anything with, especially as a man with females, past females you've dealt with. They will never, ever empathize or sympathize with the issues that you've been with women. Been through with women, because in their eyes they're loving the fact that you're hurting for not dealing with them or not being with them or giving them the chance to treat you the same way. And wouldn't that seem evident with how they feel right now about what you're going through? And if it was the other way around, you'd be totally wrong for saying, well, you deserve that, right? You don't deserve that. You deserve to be left the fuck alone if somebody doesn't want to deal with you. But that's part of the game, right? Or that's a lack of having boundaries. Because even with boundaries, you'd allow the wall to be there, the fence to be there, but they wouldn't be able to get through to you. So you need to work on your boundaries. Work on establishing your business and building, your gates. said, man, nobody is exempt. You hear Wale, Seinfeld, celebrities, people celebrate them. But they had to go through what they had to go through. And still do. Selena, shot in the head by her assistant. So, you got to keep your head on a swivel. And the people that know you don't trust easily, take that as a point of pride that they got over on you. They were able to gain your trust and get over on you. And now they out. Now they don't care. Like, that's not... It is what it is, man. Things change, and even if they weren't all bad intentions or whatever, then, you know, time releases us. Time will release us back to our earthly family and our universal family. Sad, man. Jealousy, envy, greed, dislike, hate. All byproducts of being bored, being unhappy, unmotivated. But what's the remedy? What is the remedy? You just have to build a tight-knit family, you know? It's hard, you know, trying to address issues on a consistent basis. It seems like people, after a certain point, people just start doing things so you can, you know, address them or say things to them. And then that becomes annoying as well. You know, in a certain amount of time, my kids will be listening to this. My kid will be listening to this. The people I'm connected to, you know, whether I'm still alive or not, they'll be listening to these things, and they'll be understanding that what you were going through at that time. Is everybody putting it out? Is everybody being as honest and transparent with their issues? No. But they'll try to tell you that your issues aren't real, because they want to continue to own the narrative of your life. Just because you see things one way or you experience things one way does not mean that I do the same in the same manner. The Celestine prophecy says that whenever there's an issue, you know, we have to send enough energy to it to the point where it addresses, you know, the energy, or it changes. I'm enjoying becoming a man. You know, I used to be indifferent, nonchalant, standoffish, non-caring. But now I see that if I don't care or people feel like others don't care, then they don't have much motivation or much incentive to care as well. And it's unfortunate that you have to be like that. You have to be that so other people can be that, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So here I am, put myself out there with other brothers as well. I've been inspired by them, and here I am, so we're just gonna be building, I know guys have been doing this for years and things haven't been changing. But at some point you gotta take it a step further. Till next time, y'all. Stay up, be safe, stay out of trouble, don't hit women, and think about what you're gonna add to somebody's story. It's not about your story all the time. What are you gonna add to this person's story? Or does it matter? Will it matter in the end? Will they always just create some negative image of you that makes them look better? Something to think about. Peace.